Let's go math cheers! Today we're ordering decimals. It's really fun to do. You get to tell them where to go and they have to obey you. Woo! But before you can command them, you have to know their names. So let's review their place value because it hasn't changed. When we review, let's use money for their names. Can you think what would name tens? Ooh, a big $10 bill. I thought I heard you say. Now what then would be our ones? That's so easy, you see. It's just a $1 bill. That names our one place right there, you see. Now we have our decimal. Very, very important because what's behind the decimal are fractions of our money. So what is 1/10 of $1? Do you know? Can you say? I think I heard a dime. Because 10 dimes make $1. It's 1/10 the place value you see. Now what about the hundredths? What's 1/100th of $1? Did you say a penny? If you did, you're getting smarter because it takes 100 pennies to make a whole dollar. So a penny is 1/100th in our place value name. Now what coin is there that's 1/1000th of $1? Is there such a thing? There's no money that we can claim that's 1/1000th of $1, but it does have a name. It is called mills. Are 1/1000th of $1. Let's play the name game to remember Mill's name. Mills, mills, bills, banana, nana, fulfills me, mama, mills, mills. That sounded wonderful. Good job, my cheering team. Now, is there something for 10,000th? There is not even a name. That's all the money that we have to name our decimals here, but that's okay. We don't need money. Watch it disappear. Yes, it goes away that quickly. Just poof, and then it's gone, and you have to start all over again. So let's go ahead and name our decimals on. Let's say we have this number. We have a whole number, a decimal, and our decimal places. So we'll say the whole number first. What's that? 12. You're all aces. We have 12 for our decimal point. What do we say for that? Of course we say and for that little dot. That's why we don't say and anywhere else in numbers, you see. Or it will be confusing when you say your decimal place values. So we have 12 and what do we say for this? We say it the same as we would if it were at the beginning, but put the place value name at the end. So this is 625,000. Good job! Let's see if we are correct. 12 and decimal 625,000ths. Do not forget, when you have thousands, you spell it the exact same way, but put a THS at the end of the name. Now you know what to call them. What else do we need to do? Oh, we need to round them because sometimes they don't like all these followers tagging along behind. 7 wants to get rid of the rest. So we need to round our 7 to the whole number that's the best. When we look at 7 and 345 thousandths, how are we going to round it? It's really very easy. You just have to see what the number to the right of the decimal could be. Well, when we look, we see that it is a 3. Halfway between 7 and 8 would be what decimal place? Oh yes, it would be 7 and 5/10, because that is 7½. So, if this number is bigger, 5 or bigger, 5 or bigger, it goes up, it goes up. But if it's lower than our 5, it stays the same. We don't round it up. 3 is less than 5, so it's going down here. And therefore, when we're rounding, it's really very clear. We keep our 7 whole number. It does not round up because the 3 is less than 5, and so our 7's stuck as a 7, but he's happy now because he's got his own personal space as a whole complete 7 with no one in his face. Now that you know how to round, let's do some comparing, because you know those decimals, they get to fighting and complaining. They all think they're the greatest, but we will see who is if we can order decimals in their correct places. So for this next step, we'll compare 4 and 5/10 to 4 and 456 thousandths. Well, how can we compare them when their places aren't the same? Well, that is very easy. We just have to add a friend to the game. And who do we add? I think you remember. It's our happy, friendly 0. He's the best member because he makes their place values all equally the same. We have the same number on the team, and their value didn't change. Now we can compare. 4s are the same, so we look at the decimals. We're comparing 500 to 456. Well, that makes it a much easier trick. We can look and see 500 is greater than 456, so 4 and 5/10 is a bigger decimal than 4 and 456 thousandths. Excellent thinking, math team. We're almost done. I think by this point, where did I put my eraser? Oh, there it is on the ground. Woohoo! Good spotting, helpers. All right. Now we can compare a whole list of numbers. So first we will have 0.45, and then we will have 0.457. Next we will compare 0.5, and finally we have 0.0475. Wow, so many numbers, but they're not all the same. Remember, each team needs the same members, the number of members to play the game. So after our decimal point, what can we add? Ooh, I heard the 0, and you are exactly glad to have that 0 friend helper, but how many zeros do we need? Well, let's count and see who has the most places. We have 1, 2, we added on a third, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this final number is 475 10,000ths, because it's in the 4th place. So we need to make sure all the others have 4 as well. added on 1, and now he has 2. That's 4 in his digits. I think that will do. Just 1 for him. He's easy to please, but 5 needs 3 friends, which we can add with ease. There we go, friends. Your teams are even now. We can easily compare, and this is how. We look at them just like regular numbers, so we can compare so easily. And we have 4,500, 4,570, 5,000, and 475. Of these numbers, which is the least, because he needs to go to the bottom, we know that's the fact of truth. All the little ones have to be in the front so you can see them. So we're going to move 475 10,000s to the, whoopsie, forgot my 0, to the place in the front. That's our smallest number. What's the next one? Well, let's see. We are now down to a 4, a 4, and a 5. Well, let's look. We have 4,500 and 4,570. Well, that's pretty easy. This is 70 more, so it's got to be 0.45, or 45 hundredths is next. Next we have, well, 5,000 is the biggest, so 0.457, or 457 thousandths would go next. And finally, the biggest one is actually 5/10. Now we've put them all in order. You knew exactly what to do. The only other thing that might confuse you is if we have to put them as fractions. But it is very easy. Let me erase these and you will soon see. If we have, let's take our smallest number, 475 10,000ths. How do I make that a fraction? All we have to do is keep the same number of zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, as there are places for the decimals, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this number needs to have 4 zeros in its denominator, 1, 2, 3, 4, because there are 4 places in our decimal. What do we do with this 475? It just becomes our numerator, way up high. Now, do we read them both the same? Let's see if we do. We have 475 10,000ths, 475 10,000ths. We do! Excellent work, Math Cheers team. You know what to do. You can order those decimals anywhere you want and tell them what to do. Go you!